So here we are at Meteora. Literally means suspended in the air. The first civilization was built here 130,000 years ago. It's first man-made construction in the world 130,000 years ago. The monasteries were here built to hold Greek civilization during the Ottoman Empire. Monasteries built here on the top of cliff faces. We're here with the gods at Meteora. You're in the zone. This is where Thanasis spent 21 years in this cave. Just to understand how he got to that cave, I have no idea. And the first built accommodation 130,000 years ago is in here behind this balcony. We're going up there now. We're here in Meteora in the zone. So here we are climbing up to the main monastery here in Meteora, home of the first built civilization building, 130,000 years old. It's incredible. It's built into the rocks. Absolutely amazing. A few stairs. I'm going to see it from the inside. Still active monasteries, of course. So we're here at the great monastery of Meteora, the Transfiguration of our Savior. We're in the zone at Meteora.
Welcome, my name is Patricia. Welcome to the highest and biggest monastery of Meteora. We are 613 meters above the sea level. You just made it up on the highest monastery ever built in the area of Meteora. Right now here we are in a Christian Orthodox church, first of all. After, it is also a house for only 4 monks who live nowadays in the area of Meteora and up on this monastery. There are other 5 monasteries in the area of the rocks. Other 5 monasteries, out of them 2 are for women, nunneries. 6 in total, 4 for monks, 2 for nuns. They live separated. The life up in the area of Meteora, in the monasteries of Meteora, started around the 14th century, when the first men, and only men, arrived in the area of the rocks, and they decided to live like hermits, ascets. They used to live like hermits, which comes from the Greek word eremos. Eremos means desert. Monachos, monk, in the Greek language means isolated, alone. So what it means? That these people wanted to live isolated. Far from what? From all the temptations. The first and biggest temptation for them were women. So that's why women are not allowed to enter in the area of Meteora until 1960. Active Christian Orthodox churches. They have this long wooden line outside of the church and these 3 metallic stripes where Aphrodite is staying. Both of them were used during the Ottoman occupation. Greece was under the Ottoman occupation for more than 4 centuries, more than 400 years. So during this period of time, the ringing of the bells inside the churches, it was prohibited. They couldn't ring the bells because it was frustrating for the Ottomans, for the Turks who used to occupy the area. So instead of ringing the bells, the monks, with a hammer, they were knocking the surface of this long wooden line, imitating the same thing that the biblical figure of Noah did, and he was calling the animals inside the boat in the ark to save them. So the monks are knocking in their morning prayer, talanto, this long wooden line, and they call us in the inner part of the church to start the mass, the morning liturgy. The churches and the monasteries that you see here were built especially during the 16th century, after a period of time that Greece was under the occupation of the Turks. So first of all, the monasteries up on the rocks were built so high in order to protect the monks and the families who used to live downtown in the city of Kalavacha and the small village of Kastrati. Both of these areas, Kalavacha and Kastrati, used to help a lot all of the monks in the monastic community up here to build the monasteries. They were carrying all the materials from the foothills of the rocks until the top of them, either with ropes and baskets on the top of the rocks or on their backs, in their heads, climbing on the top of the rocks. It was something that they wanted to do, first of all in order to sacrifice themselves to the churches, to God, but also in order to feel punished, because they believe that they don't deserve a place close to God if they don't have a difficult life. All the monasteries here that we live in the area of Meteora have Christian Orthodox churches with original frescoes, especially from the 16th century. We are going to enter and see one of them in the inner part of the monastery. Unfortunately, we are not able to take pictures or videos inside the church. We will just explain the inner part and then we will be free. Okay? World War, where most of them, 18 out of 24, were bombarded and destroyed completely. The church where we are right now, it is dedicated to the Transfiguration of Jesus Christ. And in the second one, Catholicon, as it is called, the most characteristic thing that you will be able to see here is the cupola, the dome on the top. It is the highest cupola that we have in the area of Meteora, almost 20 meters. The area of Meteora has beautiful churches like this. All the churches that you will visit will be exactly the same architecture, the same paintings on the walls, because the churches are books, books in front of your eyes.
So now we're at the next monastery and or nunnery on the monastery, and we're going to check it out here in Meteora.
Θα δώσω εγώ τα εισιτήρια στην Αφροδίτη.